On the 11th, so a couple of days ago. So my mom got me cake, as I showed earlier. So I'm gonna have a bit of that, and I made some matcha. So I'm just gonna eat and watch YouTube. Vanilla bean paste in here, and it's really good. I recommend doing that with your hot beverages. It's really good.
Honestly, fuck them, because they can't.
I was watching YouTube, right? And it was like a podcast, but obviously like visual. And it was one way like people sent in questions for like life advice, right? And one of the questions was along the lines of, in today's society, we live in a very like, you need to be productive, you need to spend your time productively, you need to be disciplined, do. So they called it like a very optimized, like optimization oriented society almost, right? So then that person was saying how because of that, she feels like, I think it was they feel like if they were to sit down and watch a movie, then that's a waste of time when they could be starting a business, so being an entrepreneur or saving the world or whatever, right? And then the person that was like giving the advice, I guess, he said that if it's not a waste of time, first of all, right? It's not a waste of time. And he mentioned how a person that's never experienced fire before, right? They will see the fire and it's very pretty visually, or it's very like seductive or enticing, whatever, and you want to like touch it. So then if you haven't experienced that, oh, this is gonna burn me, this is gonna hurt me if I touch it, if you haven't experienced that, you don't know. So then you touch it and you get hurt and then you get burnt, right? And so he was saying that watching movies or just art in general is a way to experience these things, a vast array of things, before you actually like experience it again in real time, type of thing. I'm not explaining it properly, I think, but that's basically the gist of what he was saying, of like, we can't necessarily view art and engaging with art as a waste of time, because it's very valuable in the sense that you're able to experience things that you haven't experienced before and emotions that you haven't experienced before, so that when they come again, you've been there. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's in this movie scenario or whatever, you've been there, you've experienced it, so then when it comes again, you kind of know how to deal with it almost. And I found that interesting because I've never looked at it like that, you know? I've never looked at it like that. And that's such a cool way to look at that. Like, that's so cool to think like that art has that much power. Like, I knew, you know, the arts have power and that they're important and that they should be invested in, and I can give you reasons why, but that was never the reason. Like, I never thought of it like that. So then when he said that, it was like, oh, now I need to go watch a movie. Like, now I need to go, because that was just an interesting way to look at that. And since I'm studying drama, you feel me, and I'm gonna be graduating, I'm gonna be going into the industry at some point, these are kind of questions that you need to ask yourself, but it also gets asked to you of like, why? Why drama? Why do you feel like it's important? We get a lot of this. Why do you feel like it's still relevant? Do you think it's still relevant? Because obviously with Netflix and stuff, which I partake in, I like Netflix, you feel me? But with streaming services like that, where you can kind of already get to watch the things that you want to watch from the comfort of your own home, the question of why do we need to go to the cinema, or why do we need to go to the theater, which is even more niche, why do we need to do those things when I can just do it from home? For real, like, I can watch this from home, so why do I need to go out? We get asked that a lot and that's a topic of conversation a lot, right? But then again, like, when you look at it like the way that he kind of explained it, it's very cool. Like, that's it makes it, I feel it makes it very obvious why you can watch from the comfort of your own home and have that be an experience, go to the cinema and have that be an experience, go to the theater and have that be an experience, and then experience all of these things, so that when you go further in life, you're, I guess, more well-rounded. Like, you're more knowledgeable because you've experienced so many things in so many different contexts, you know? Because theater these days doesn't necessarily happen inside a theater where you have the seats and there's the stage. Like, it's not always traditional like that. It could be outside, it could be in like an empty swimming pool, like it can be anywhere. So you're experiencing it in different environments, which then adds to the meaning of the whole show, and it adds to the whole experience, and it allows you to confront whatever like biases that you have in your head, or just whatever ideas that you have. Art in general, whether it's music, visual arts, dance, acting, film, like arts in general, it has the power to let you experience and tap into so many different sides of yourself and so many different versions of yourself, but just tap into so many different things that in like
your just normal life you might not be able to experience, but then in that context you can experience it. And then if that then translates into your real life at a later stage in the game, you have experienced it before, so you have that tool. And that's why it's important. I thought that that was so cool. I thought that was so cool. But now I'm getting distracted. I'm gonna wash the dishes, and then I'll see you. I'm going to my cousin for like a week, so I'm gonna need to pack. So I'll see you when I'm packing.
I forgot to switch on the camera, but I finished packing like clothes and stuff. Basically the game plan with the packing, because I don't really know what we're doing, if we're gonna go out at all or not, but if we do go out, I kind of still want to look a bit decent. So I have some decent outfits, lazy outfits, and workout clothes, and then just stuff to keep me warm on top. I'm gonna do shoes, toiletries, and I'm done. It is 11 p.m. I'm gonna start, not even start, I've been winding down. I'm gonna go to sleep soon. I watched a movie called, I'm gonna mess up the pronunciation, but it's called Okja. And I don't really have opinions on movies the second that I see it. I kind of want it to like fester before I actually like formulate an opinion. But off first impressions, it was a really good movie. It was very like enjoyable. Like it was low-key like almost comedic. Like it had comedic touches, which was, it made like an enjoyable watch. But like also like, I don't know, I feel like the characters that were, I guess, like the villains, it was almost exaggerated, if that makes sense, or like caricaturized to a, I think it made it very effective. Like I'm not saying that they were exaggerated and now this is a terrible thing, but like I feel like because they were exaggerated, it really confronts you with the seriousness of that situation. But it came out like a couple years back, and I feel like it's a very relevant thing of like the exploitation that's associated with capitalism, basically, and like hiding behind humanitarianism, if that makes sense. I don't even know if that's a word, but hiding behind like this, like we're doing this under the guise of social significance and society, and you know, and it's like, but you're not. And it's a discussion that, or it's a thing that has been present throughout history. So it's just like, at what point does this stop? Like at what point do we stop exploiting people, resources, animals, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. That was my day. It was a pretty good day, I'm not gonna lie. It was very chill. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. You think if I switch off the light, you'll still see me? If you still see me, then pretend you didn't.